Eric Wall dunked on me super hard this week because I made a reckless bet with him back in February. And I got to put some context into this. So like in February, there was a lot of speculation that PulseChain was launching in February, in March, in April. I thought that I was being conservative, thinking it was going to launch in June. And so here's been my belief from the entire start is I believe HEX will see an all-time high within 6 months of PulseChain launch. And that is assuming the PulseChain token does good. If it doesn't do good, might take longer. Like if we're still in like an extended bear market, if something would happen and the macro like made crypto stay bear for 2 more years, I don't think that's the case. But if that did happen, like, yeah, we're all in trouble for that amount of time. But if the PulseChain token does good out of the gate and starts going up, does 5x, does 10x in the first 6 months, I think HEX will see an all-time high within 6 months of launch. And that's where I was making that bet off of, that I thought comfortably we'd have PulseChain out by June. Not happening. So
for people who don't know,
can we still get an all-time high? Like it's going to be really tough. Like PulseChain would need to launch today, but like we could have a lot of chop for the first month of PulseChain with HEX. So if we just stay at this 3 to 5 cent range until it launches, it wouldn't surprise me if we had a huge wick down to sub penny or something with people swapping out into PulseChain and going after the new shiny new object. But I do believe that profits, I 100% believe this, that profits will get taken from PulseChain back into HEX. And here's going to be the greatest thing about it is PulseChain is going to be on a lot of exchanges, I believe. I think the exchange in China that Richard kind of hinted at is going to be the, oh man, I can't think of the name of it now. I'll think of it later, GDAX or IDAX or something. Can't remember what it's named.
Did we get some more information on that? Did he point that out, or are you just speculating?
No, he said there was a Chinese exchange, or no, he said there was a big exchange getting ready to list him. I truly don't believe it's Coinbase, Binance, or FTX. OKX. I'm guessing it's OKX. That's my speculation. It's a big exchange. It's a Chinese exchange that probably doesn't have like a huge like hard on for Richard. I think a lot of these people will resist listing him as long as they can until it does have more volume. And
they haven't heard about Richard in China yet.
No, maybe not. But so that's what I think, that it will do good. It's going to have a lot of liquidity behind it. And
what was the bet too? Just to go back for a second. What was the bet between Eric?
I bet 20 grand we'd have an all-time high like in a year. And the only reason I bet 20 grand, like if I go back and bet like 2 grand or 5 grand, that would have been plenty, because like it's not a money making deal. I could have put the money in HEX and made 20 times amount. It was more of a statement thing that I want Eric to be accountable when he is making statements that HEX will never ever go to an all-time high again, because he is going to be wrong. And I screwed up on the time frame probably, and I probably shouldn't have thrown too much money at it. But the context of why I did was because my brother got me in a quick rug jump, and I made like a 2x on 10 grand. So I'm like, oh, I just gambled and won this 20 grand here. I'll throw it right back in. So like, that's why it was for the amount it was. But like I would have been fine with doing it at 2 grand or 1,000 just to make a statement, to keep it relevant for if he was ever wrong, to keep him accountable for that, because he keeps saying that it's never going to go up again.
And that's, everyone tip your hat to Dixon Piper. He's out there doing the good work, even, win or lose. I think we all appreciate
it's going to be tough in this environment to get to all-time highs in February, but it just depends when PulseChain launches. I'm a believer in the 6 months of new all-time highs. I do believe with high conviction that profits will get taken from PLS into HEX. And the greatest thing about it is PLS is going to have a lot of liquidity. And so if somebody wants to extract $1 million out of PulseChain, barely is going to touch the price, is what I believe. This is all speculation. I'm not saying this is gospel, but this is my speculation and how I'm going to be preparing my portfolio for. I think people are going to take profits. Pulling $1 million out, $2 million out of PulseChain, which I think is going to have high volume, isn't going to hurt the price. But when you put $2 million into HEX, pumps a lot of price. So not a lot of profits have to get taken out of something that's extremely liquid for HEX to pump, which is extremely illiquid.